Good morning, boys and girls. So we are going to continue with Chapter 2 in our math book. What we're talking about today is specifically problem-solving investigation. Okay, hint guys, this means word problems. And you know what guys, word problems are not hard. You just need to slow it down. And you need to have a strategy. Well, here's what I want to show you. I do the 4-step plan. First, I understand the problem. That means you read the words. You think about what are they telling you, okay? That's really one of the most important parts. Maybe you have to read it 2 or 3 times. Take your time to really understand it. So we're going to talk about this in a minute. So we need to understand the problem. The second thing we need to do is we need to plan. How are you going to solve your problem, okay? The third thing is you're actually going to solve the problem. And then this is also really important, is check and make sure that your answer makes sense, okay? With math, boys and girls, you really want to slow it down and double check. All right, so let's talk about this problem. I am on page 107 of your math book, okay? And what we're going to talk about today specifically is draw a diagram. Sometimes when you draw a picture, a diagram, it's going to help you understand the question. All right, so let's read the problem. Keith's summer camp is going to build some tree houses. They will need $2,492 for tools and $12,607 for wood. How much money do they need to build a tree house? All right, well, first of all, let's think about this. So, someone's building a tree house, okay? They need $2,492 for tools, right? That's just the tools to build it, okay? And then they need another $12,607 for wood, all right? So, they need quite a bit of money. Sounds like a cool tree house, doesn't it? Okay, and look at this. How much money do they need to build a tree house? That's what it's specifically asking you to find out. How much do they need? All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to understand the problem. Well, what facts do you know? Okay, well, I know that the tools cost $2,492. $2. I know that, okay? And I also know that the wood costs $12,607 because it's right here. Now, boys and girls, let me tell you a little secret, and I'm famous for doing this. I see a number up here, and when I go to write it down here, a lot of times I put the wrong number. So once you start writing this information down, make sure you have the correct digits, okay? 2492, 2492. 12,607, and then 12,607. Okay, so my numbers do match. All right, so what do I need to find out? Well, I'm going to go back to the story. Okay, well, I know that they need this for tools and this for wood. Here's what I need to do. I need to find out how much money they need to build the tree house. Okay, and that's what we have here. Find out how much money is needed to build a tree house. Pretty simple right now, okay? All right, so we understand the problem, okay? We've torn it apart, we've looked at the money, and we know what we need to do. Pretty easy. The second step is you need to plan, okay? Now, the plan means how are you going to solve this problem? What do you need to do, okay? So in this case, I'm going to draw a bar diagram and add to find the sum. Because again, if you go back to the word problem, how much money do they need to build a tree house? We know we need to add those two numbers, okay? All right, step 3, we're going to solve the problem, all right? Well, here, and I know that you've been exposed to diagrams, bar diagrams before, okay? It shows each part that is needed, okay? So we have $2,492, which was for the tools. We have $12,607, which was for the wood. And this is our unknown. That's what we don't know yet. We do know that we need to add this to this. All right, and once we do that, we get the sum. That's going to give us our unknown. All right, so over here, they've set it up. And boys and girls, again, once, I just need to keep stressing to you, make sure your place values line up. Okay? Make sure your numbers are nice and neat. In math, neatness really, truly counts, and you need to slow it down. And again, guys, I know that from experience because I tend to rush through things. And sometimes my 0 looks like a 6 or my 6 looks like a 0, okay? And then I would make silly mistakes. So I've had to teach myself just to slow it down and be neat. All right, so we're going to start adding. So 2 plus 7 is 9. And again, notice how I touch this when I'm adding each column. It's so I don't mess up. 9 plus 0 is 9. 4 plus 6 is 10. We know we need to group a 1. So 4 plus 6 is 10. The 0 goes there. The 1 goes up there. Boys and girls, I circle it and put a plus sign on it so I don't forget it. Okay? All right, and then we know that 1 plus 2 is 5. And then we just have the 1 plus nothing. So it looks like they need $15,099. So I'm going to put that here, and since we're talking about dollars, you need to make sure you put your dollar symbol. Okay? Now, here's another important part of our 4-step plan when we're solving word problems. It's the check. All right? And again, boys and girls, when we check, it's just to make sure that we are correct. All right. So what does check mean? What doesn't make sense? Explain. Well, one way I'm going to check is I could round my numbers to the nearest thousand. Okay, I'm going to estimate. So 2,492 would estimate to $2,000. And if I add that to, let's see, 12,607, if I round that to the nearest thousand, that would round to $13,000. And if I add 13,000 plus 2,000, I have about $15,000. And then the question is, does that make sense? Okay. The estimate is close to that. So then, yes, my answer does make sense. And at that point, I'm good to go with this problem. All right. Again, guys, just take your time with it. Okay, so if you just want to turn your page over to 108, we have another practice the strategy. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, we know it's a 4-step plan. We know we need to understand the problem. We need to plan what we're going to do. We actually then we need to solve the problem, and then we're going to check. Okay, so let's go up to the word problem. All right, so I see 2 jackets over here. East School District has 52,672 students. Wow. West School District has 34,089 students. How many more, oh, I know that's an important word, how many more students are there in East School District than West School District? Okay, so again, this school district has 52,672 students. West School District has 34,089 students. I need to know how many more students are in this school district than this school district. Okay. All right, so let's start thinking about what do I know? Well, I know that there's 52,672 students and I'm just going to call them East in East. All right. I also know that there's 34,089 students, and I'm just going to call them West. Okay, so here's East, and again I'm going to verify my numbers, 52672, 52672. Here's West, I'm going to verify my numbers, 34089, 34089. All right, so that's what I know right now. Okay, what do I need to find out? Well, if I went back to the sentence, how many more students are there in East School District than West School District? So I need to know the difference between the number of students in these two, in these two schools. When I say difference, I already know that that's going to be a subtraction. So, maybe I'm going to go up there and put a subtraction sign just to remind myself, okay? When I do word problems, I like to really tear it apart. All right, so plan. Well, I think on this one, I'm going to draw a bar diagram. So I'll draw a bar diagram. And subtract to solve. Okay, does it make sense to you? All right, so my bar diagram, guys, is really easy. So here we have, let me draw my, okay. All right, so what I know is the bigger school has 52,672 students, okay? And I know that West School District has 34,089. This is my unknown, okay? And again, we had said we need to find the difference. We're going to have to subtract this from this. All right, so let me set my problem up, and then we're just going to solve it. And again, boys and girls, make sure your numbers are nice and neat. Spread them out a little bit, okay? Minus 34,089. And again, boys and girls, just like up front, you want to check to make sure your numbers, you have the correct numbers. 52672, 52672. 34089, 34089. All right, so I'm going to put my commas here. All right, so now we're going to go down to subtracting. All right, 2 minus 9. I know I can't do it. I need to go to my neighbor. Do they have one that I can take? Yes. The 7, I'm going to take 1 from the 7. That becomes a 6. Make sure you are crossing that out and show me the 6. The one that you took is being regrouped over here. So the 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. All right, now I'm up to 6 minus 8. Can you do it? Nope. Go to your neighbor. Does the neighbor have one that you can take? Yes. 6 becomes a 5, and the one that you took from there goes right over here. So then this 6 becomes a 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 4. Can you do it? Nope. Go to your neighbor. Does he have one that you can take? Yes. 5 becomes a 4. The one that we took there gets regrouped, comes over to here, and then the 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 4 is 8, and 4 minus 3 is 1. All right, so it looks like there's 18,583 more students at East District than West. Okay, well, how do we check that? What are we going to do to check it? Well, I know that the opposite of subtraction is addition. So maybe I'm going to check it this way by doing the reverse operation. I'm going to take 18,583 and I'm going to add it to what I had already subtracted out, 34,089. Again, real quick, check to make sure that your numbers match up. 18,583, 18,583. 34,089, 34,089. And I'm doing the opposite operation because you know opposite of subtraction is addition. And after I add this up, it should equal this guy up here. Let's see. All right. So I have 9 plus 3 is 12. Don't forget to bring that 1 up. Okay. 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Don't forget to bring the 1 up. 5 plus 1 is 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. Don't forget to regroup that 1. And then 3 plus 1 is 5. Okay. This does equal what we started out with there. So you know what, boys and girls? My answer does make sense. Okay. So on the first example, we checked by estimating. On the second example, we checked by doing the opposite operation. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's look at page 109. I'm just going to go over the first problem with you, and then you're going to have work to do yourself. All right, so here's where we've talked about the strategy, and we know it's a 4-step plan. We know we need to understand the problem, plan on how you're going to solve it, actually solve it, and then explain, check to make sure your answer makes sense. All right, so on page 109, we need to solve each problem by drawing a diagram. Okay, now boys and girls, you have to make sure that you're reading directions, okay? Because if we're asking you to draw a bar diagram, we need to see it, okay? All right, so I'm going to understand the problem first. Well, Twickenham Stadium in England can seat 82,000 people. That's a lot of people, okay? Stop and think, guys. Always use your reading strategies, even in math. If there are 49,837 people seated in the stadium, how many more people can be seated in the stadium? Okay, so let's think about this. I know that there's a stadium that can seat 82,000 people. I know that. There's already 49,837 people that are already in the stadium. We need to know how many more people can be seated in that stadium. Okay, well, I know it's a subtraction problem, okay, because whenever we see how many more, we know that we're going to find the difference, which is subtraction, okay. So I'm going to draw the bar diagram. So and again, guys, the bar diagram, it's nothing more than a rectangle. And guess what, guys? I'm not really good at chart, okay. All right, so here's what I do know. I know that the total number of seats that it can hold is 82,000. So I'm going to put that up there. Okay. And I know 49,000, can't do two things at once, 49,837 people already seated. This is what I don't know. How many more people need to be seated? So again, before I do the subtraction, let me check my numbers. 82,000. 82,000. 49,837. 49,837. Boys and girls, again, it's very important to double check because if you notice over here, I started writing the wrong number. Okay, it happens. Okay, so over here, I'm just going to set up my problem. Be 82,000 minus 49,837. Okay, well, we're going to start subtracting. What do you notice first about our bigger number? It's all zeros, okay? 0 minus 7, I can't do. I go to my neighbor. Is there one there? Nope. Go to next neighbor. Is there one there? Nope. We have to go all the way over here. Now, you need to make sure that you do it step by step. Take 1 from the 2, he becomes a 1. The one that we took over there comes over here so that 0 becomes a 10. I'm still stuck back here, okay? I can't do this. The neighbor doesn't have one, but this neighbor does. So then what happens is take 1 from the 10 becomes a 9, and the 0 becomes a 10. Guess what? Still stuck with 0 minus 7, can't do it. But my neighbor now has something I can take. The 10 becomes a 9, and this 0 becomes a 10. Now, boys and girls, it's really important that you're lining your numbers right above your place value. All right, 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. 1 minus 9, oops, can't do. Go to your neighbor. 8 becomes a 7. Bring the 1 over here, and the 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 9 is 2, and 7 minus 4 is 3. So I have this missing box over here should be 32,163. And I can also put my answer here, 32,163 more people. Now, I want to make sure that I check my answer. Okay, and especially when you're subtracting across zeros. All right, so I'm going to take my answer of my subtraction problem, 32,163. I'm going to add to what I subtracted out, which is 49,837. And again, I'm going to double check my numbers. 32,163, good. 49,837, good. All right, so all I need to do now is add, and my answer should be my 82,000 up here. Let's see. 3 plus 7 is 10, 0. Bring the 1 up, regroup it. 6 plus 1 plus 3 is 10, 0. Regroup the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 8 is 10, 0. Regroup the 1. 2 plus 1 plus 9 is 12. Regroup the 1. And then 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. 82,000 is exactly what I started with, so you know that you are correct. All right, boys and girls, you're going to continue working on this page. Your teacher will give you instructions, okay? Just, again, remember, take your time, be neat, and line up your place values. All right, guys, have a great day.